Today's video is an interesting one. We're starting in the city of Rochester, which, if you aren't aware, is home to the single highest rated hospital in the entire world. The Mayo Clinic dominates all of the goings on of Rochester. In my opinion, I owned a duplex here for like a year and a half, and that was just so obvious to me. It's like, oh, Mayo Clinic runs this place. But this is just the starting place. We're actually going to kind of like rural Minnesota, outside of, and probably largely to the south or the east of the Mayo Clinic of Rochester. See how I almost called them the same thing? We're heading there. We are trying to go to a few antique stores. I really actually need some, what I like to call tchotchkes, for some staging, because we have 3 listings coming up at the same time, and we have enough furnishings, enough staging items for probably about 2.5. So I just need to keep finding a couple more little items, and I always try to find really special items that don't feel like they're bought off the shelf of, you know, Home Goods or something like that, where they feel super generic. We want houses to feel full of character and interesting and unique, because that's what houses kind of should be, in my opinion. So, starting in Rochester, heading out west, let's go. next one is in the town of Saint Charles, which literally like wasn't even on the map for me other than this antique store. I had really good luck here like 2 years ago when I came here. They have like very rustic and they kind of say like mantiques, which I think is kind of dorky if I'm being honest, but nonetheless they have cool stuff. That said, there's a storm coming tonight and I'm not sure if they're even going to be open. That one that I was just at, they had a sign on the door that said we're closed tomorrow for the incoming weather. So we'll see. I'm about 7 minutes from this antique store, and yeah, I have no idea if they're going to be open. If they aren't, I might be done for the day, which stinks because I went a pretty long way just to do this. So I don't know. We'll see. I've enjoyed myself. I had a lovely day on this very stuff's still in the ground, it's all dead. Oh well, it's been fun. So far, no snow yet. Supposedly it's supposed to start somewhere around 7 p.m. and we're taking the back roads home. I will say, not the most scenic. I think it's County Road or Minnesota Highway 14. Not the most, not the most scenic, but it's also just like the time of year, right? I already said that, but yeah, this time of year is, nothing looks cinematic, right? But it's all good. I want to show you at least what I picked up from these antique stores. So got this little vintage radio. This is probably one it'll live at the shop. I believe it's a Zenith. Yeah, Zenith radio. Whether or not it'll be plugged in, I might use it just as a piece of decor. Might put some kind of LED light in it so it kind of lights up a little bit. Always an option. Then I got two little like old Harley Davidson little replicas. They're like 1/16 or 1/18 scale. I think that'll be cool. I might actually take them out of the package because I think they'll look cooler that way. I've been told my whole life, oh, you can't take it out of the package, it loses all its value. And then none of it had any value in the first place. I'm pretty sure I still have a Chewbacca 90s Star Wars figure that I swore would be worth money, and it's not, it's for sure not. Then I got two kind of like vintage real estate signs. One is this sold sign, actually kind of cool, kind of a vibe. And then the other is zone for business. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put this in one of the rooms in the office to kind of subtly let everybody know, hey, this is where we work, okay? This is not a hangout spot, this is where we work. And then last thing from that Stewartville spot is this little like motorcycle guy with a little sidecar. Honestly, I just think it's neat. I don't know if this is going to be a staging item or something for the shop. It'd be great for like a kid's room staging item, so maybe something more like that. All right, and then the next spot was in Saint Charles, and I got like a 4 set of these. I always find these useful in staging. They can be used as a lot of things. Really cool plant holder option. I think it's always flour, sugar, coffee, tea. It's pretty common, but they make beautiful plant holders or just kind of on their own, really cool staging items. I like the all chrome look of this one, and you can kind of see that it says flower on it. Kind of hard to get it on camera, but very cool. Then this is probably my personal favorite item. It's just like a standard oil can. Just really cool graphics on there. Perfect for staging. Probably will end up at the shop because it's just a little too cool not to. Okay, and then last, but certainly not least, it's gonna be difficult to see because of how much patina is on here, but it is a Minnesota State Fair kind of like miniature bucket. It says La Toile du Nord. I don't know what that means. And it's probably actually the first like State Fair antique that I've ever seen that actually like fits the aesthetic that I like. So not sure if this will go in the shop. It'd be great in maybe the background of the area where I'm always filming, even though you can't see it all that well. But I feel like it should kind of work itself into the Twin Cities brand. But we're in rural Minnesota. There's probably a gun range over there. I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks for coming along. And I can't wait till it looks nicer. I can't wait till spring is here. But these are fun nonetheless. So see you in the next one. Bye.